Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah. It is Thursday night at about 6 p.m., and I found myself with a little bit of extra surprise time today. I have been a little bit busy. Thank God. I am very, very grateful to be busy nowadays. It means that the world is waking up and asking for wisdom and tools and knowledge to reconnect with their purpose in life and their spirit. But then that's some time to kind of show up live like this and share new stuff with you guys. So today I happen to have some extra time and I figure I would log in from the park and kind of say hello to you. I have a few things that I want to talk about of questions that new members have been asking as they join the group. So I will answer some of those questions, for example, about energy and energy transference between people. And also I've been getting a lot of questions about how to start your spiritual practice and how to stick with it. So I'll be answering some of those questions too. And as I stay here and chat with you, if you see me, wave and say hello and feel free to ask anything and interact. So before I start, remember to sign up for the 5-day challenge, how to create a mindfulness practice. I have been working on that program for a few weeks now, and I am really, really excited because it's coming together so awesome. So I can't wait to share all that goodness with you. And also, I recently created a super affordable version of my 90-day program, which is a group version. And so all the details are on my website if you want to learn more about that. It's sarahco.com. Okay, so let's start with energy. We have to remember that we are energy beings. Our aura extends about 6 feet in front of us, 6 feet behind, 6 feet above, and 6 feet below. And whenever we interact with other humans, we are exchanging information, we are receiving, we are giving, we are storing information, we are transforming energy. So for example, if you are a higher vibration being and you come into the presence of someone who is very fearful or angry, they will inevitably take some of your battery, some of your energy to replenish their low vibration and low energy system. It's not personal, they simply need the energy. So a lot of the times what happens, especially if you're very sensitive and very intuitive, you see people doing this and you let yourself get drained. And so why is it that you allow that to happen? There's a couple of reasons. Sometimes our ego wants to feel important. It wants to be the giver. It wants to have a sense of identity that I am good and I am loving and I am kind. And so I'm going to give my energy away. It's a little bit of a martyr mentality of worrying more about others despite yourself. Okay? The way you fix that is you have to get into a place of love and compassion for yourself first, and then deep understanding and compassion towards the other person. Now, that might sometimes seem like I'm asking you to detach and to just not connect. And it might sound a little cold. The truth of the matter is it's actually the opposite. By staying connected to your own energy and by staying connected with the energy of light and love, you actually become a channel of light. And so if you go into a place of protection, and a lot of the times people will tell you, oh, cross your legs or zip your aura or all sorts of things to try and quote unquote protect your energy. It doesn't quite work that way. The system is still going to do what the system does. And as a matter of fact, if you go into a place of fear, of like not wanting your energy to be drained, you are now in a place of fear. That's what you're focused on. And therefore, that's what you'll create. So by trying to quote unquote protect and lock and not give, you actually end up absorbing more negative energy. But then I just said that you shouldn't just open either, right? That you still need to stay grounded. So there's a difference. There's a difference between opening up and going down in the hole with the people and opening up while staying centered. And that's what I want you to work on. I want you to, every time that someone feels off and you feel like, they're about to drain my energy, do not go into a place of fear and do not go into the hole with them. Stay connected to your aura, to your energy, to your center. And from that place, open up and keep that state of consciousness. A lot of the times, if we just stay present and we don't feel pity for them and we don't try and fix the problem and we just listen and observe and witness and just allow things to be the way they are without judgment, that presence alone can be enlightening for them, can take some of the weight off their shoulders. It's the same thing that I would advise you to do with your own emotions and your own negative energy. Whenever you feel like you're in a place of fear, whenever you feel like you are overwhelmed, whenever you feel like you're sad or whatever your emotion of choice is, can you not plug into the emotion? Can you stay grounded and stay centered in the conscious witness that sees you feeling? And so when we do that, then we don't get drained. A lot of the times it's the people closest to us, our children, our partners, our co-workers, friends and family, that we tend to do this the most with, because there's a connection there, there's an affinity of like negative patterns. And so even though you might be trying to heal and shift, they're not. And so your energy is still going to be affected by the interactions with them. So let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Oh yes, how to start a practice and how to stick with it. Okay, so now I think this video is actually getting a little bit too long. I try and keep them short because like I personally don't have like 20 minutes to listen to live videos on Facebook. I mean, maybe some people do and maybe some people love them, but I try to keep them as short as possible. So I think I'm going to save that one for the next video, how to start a spiritual practice and stick with it. I mean, truth is, that's what the challenge is all about, because it's not a simple answer. It's like a long answer. It's going to take me 5 days to kind of explain to you how the mind works, how emotions work, why the system does what it does, how to set up goals that are attainable so that you feel you're making a little bit of progress, how to track them, how to have the right mindset of not making your practice too difficult or perceive it as, I don't know, sometimes people perceive their practice as like some sort of punishment, like they have to do it, otherwise they're a bad person or something like that. So we're going to talk about our perception of what the practice is, because when you have the right perception, then it is a lot easier to sustain it. You know, we'll talk about the guilt and why it is that sometimes we feel guilty going into our little corner to do some yoga or some breathing or some journaling. And, you know, we leave the kids in the kitchen, or, you know, we leave laundry unfolded, and we have to like get past that and understand about that. By practicing and nurturing your spirit, mind, and body, you become a better wife, a better friend, a better mother. What else? And then we'll talk about the 3 things that you need to really sustain your practice, how your practice is always changing with the seasons of the year, the seasons of your life, and how you always have to shift it. And also how to find the right teacher, the right community, and the right practice. So, I'm one teacher, but there's a million spiritual teachers out there. I like yoga and meditation and breathing techniques, but there's a million other, okay, maybe not a million, but a lot more techniques out there. And you have to find the one that feels right for you physically, mentally, and emotionally. And so we'll talk about all of that in that challenge, and I'll go into more detail with all of it. So I'll leave this video just about the energy questions that have been coming up that I answered before. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a wonderful evening. Namaste.